Bandito, who now the tornado.
Structure and breakdown. Chris Jericho liking an Instagram post about leaving AEW and possibly returning to WWE has blown up across wrestling social feeds. Fans are split on whether this is a real hint or classic Jericho trolling the internet. In this video, we will briefly recap Jericho's headline moments and influence, lay out his current AEW status, including his reported contract that runs through December 2025 and his absence from AEW and ROH television since April 2025. Explore what a WWE return could look like in 2025. We will keep speculation lively, but grounded in confirmed facts, and signal that many details remain rumor-driven. Expect quick takes on booking scenarios, potential roles from in-ring to authority figure, and fan reactions from places like Reddit that show how divided the community is. Stick around if you want clear sourcing and realistic outcomes, plus likely timelines explained plainly. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Chris Jericho, a brief legacy snapshot. Chris Jericho is a performer who has worn many hats as a wrestler, musician, and a master of reinvention. He helped give life to new promotions by becoming All Elite Wrestling's first world champion in 2019, and he later added the Ring of Honor world title to his resume in 2022 while fronting his band Fozzy on tour. In WWE, he reinvented himself multiple times with memorable personas such as Y2J and Le Champion, and collected major championships across decades. Beyond the ring, he has taken creative roles, mentored younger talent, and used his music platform to amplify his brand. Jericho routinely alternates full-time runs with limited appearances, which preserves his mystique and lets him headline major events without long-term wear. His promos and character work remain central to his drawing power, and he is often credited with delivering moments that transcend eras. As said before, his being AEW's first world champion helped give that promotion early credibility, a fact frequently referenced by wrestling media. Fans and pundits alike point to his crossover reach and his knack for surprise returns when explaining why any social media tease becomes a major talking point. In later years, his deal expanded to include creative consulting and coaching duties, showing he can shape booking and mentor talent behind the scenes. This versatility means he could move into commentary or ambassador roles if he reduces his in-ring time. Jericho's last WWE stint. Chris Jericho's final WWE run ran roughly from 2016 through 2018 and was built around high-profile feuds that kept him in main event conversation. He and Kevin Owens delivered one of the era's most viral segments when Jericho staged a festival of friendship that ended with Owens turning and attacking him on Raw in February 2017. Jericho also traded programs with AJ Styles, including a big Fastlane match in 2016 and a July 2017 triple threat with Styles and Kevin Owens for the United States title on SmackDown. He tangled with Seth Rollins in late 2016 in a rivalry that led to a pay-per-view match at Roadblock. His last meaningful appearances on WWE television came in 2018 with non-main event roles at WrestleMania 34 and a final in-ring showing at the Greatest Royal Rumble in April of that year, which is often cited as his final WWE match before moving on. The Jericho-Owens program also included United States title switches during 2017 with pay-per-view outcomes that wrote Jericho off television so he could promote and tour with his band Fozzy. Behind the scenes, Jericho has said an incident helped finalize his decision to depart, and by 2019, he described his relationship with WWE as strained and distant. This piece stays rooted in verified facts and steers clear of exaggerating or distorting well-known history. Fans still debate whether his exit was inevitable or unexpectedly sudden. Jump to AEW. Chris Jericho made history in January 2019 when he became one of the first major WWE legends to sign with All Elite Wrestling. His shocking debut came at the company's official launch press conference in Jacksonville, Florida, where he declared that AEW was about to change the universe. Jericho immediately gave the new promotion credibility and mainstream attention, as he was not only a former WWE champion, but also one of the most decorated wrestlers in the world. Later that year, he cemented his place in AEW history by becoming the first ever AEW World Champion after defeating Hangman Adam Page at All Out 2019. From the start, Jericho moved into a leadership role on screen and off. He formed the Inner Circle with Sammy Guevara, Santana, Ortiz, and Jake Hager, and served as the faction's driving voice and creative anchor. The Inner Circle mixed showmanship with heat and produced memorable angles and matches that kept AEW in mainstream wrestling conversations. Jericho's value went beyond title wins and promos. His name recognition and long-term star power attracted casual viewers and legitimized AEW for skeptics in the media and the business. He brought main event credibility to AEW television, while also mentoring younger talent through faction storytelling and program work. That combination of box office drawing power and backstage influence was critical during AEW's formative years. In short, Jericho was both a headline-grabbing performer and a stabilizing veteran presence for AEW. He helped the company win attention in its launch window and provided creative currency that younger stars could spend in high-profile programs. If his AEW run eventually winds down as contracts expire, his early contributions will still be a major part of how the company established itself. Jericho's current AEW status. Chris Jericho's recent AEW chapter centered on a heel reinvention and short but high-profile title work that left a clear mark on 2024 and early 2025. He led a faction known as the Learning Tree alongside Big Bill and Brian Keith, which positioned him as a smug mentor figure and kept him regularly on AEW programming through late 2024 and into early 2025. On the title front, Jericho held the ROH World Championship and defended it in marquee matches, including a much-talked-about title versus mask bout with Bandito at AEW Dynasty on April 6, 2025. That match was restarted after a controversial finish and ultimately saw Bandito walk out as the new ROH champion. The Learning Tree concept and Jericho's ROH title run gave him fresh storyline fuel, but the arc wrapped up as spring arrived. He has not been seen on AEW or Ring of Honor television since April 2025, which many outlets note coincided with his Fozzy tour, and reports that he was taking a break from regular wrestling duties. As stated earlier, his absence from TV has been a central reason for the fans to expect any major move to wait until his contract situation is resolved. Reports from wrestling media indicate Jericho's AEW contract is due to expire at the end of December 2025, which has driven a wave of speculation about his next step. That speculation ratcheted up after he liked an Instagram post suggesting a WWE return in 2026, and fans immediately exploded across social platforms debating whether it was a tease or a troll. For now, the factual pillars are simple and repeatable. He led the Learning Tree and held the ROH World title. He last worked a high-profile match against Bandito at Dynasty. He has been absent from AEW TV since April 2025. His contract is reported to end in December 2025. As highlighted before, those facts are fueling rumor-rich speculation about a potential WWE appearance when his deal lapses. Could Jericho return to WWE? Fans have good reason to believe a WWE return for Chris Jericho is possible right now. Nostalgia is strong in pro wrestling, and WWE has leaned on legacy acts lately to boost big shows, which makes the timing feel right for a return. Plus, Jericho's AEW deal is reported to expire at the end of December 2025, and that alone puts a practical window on any move as outlined previously. What fans imagine looks familiar and workable. A Hall of Fame induction followed by a part-time farewell run is the simplest and cleanest route. Many envision Jericho popping up in a Royal Rumble or on a major Raw or SmackDown to set up a nostalgia-heavy storyline that lets him protect younger stars while getting one last big spotlight as explained previously. A final storyline could be built around old rivalries or new marquee matchups. Bookers could aim for dream encounters with Seth Rollins or Cody Rhodes, and of course, a final chapter with Kevin Owens or AJ Styles would hit big with most fans. Those matches allow for varied booking options from short explosive bouts to longer slow burn programs. depending on Jericho's willingness to take consistent in-ring time. Expect a part-time schedule if he returns. Full-timers are unlikely, given his recent touring with his band and his recent role as a creative consultant and coach, which has already reduced his in-ring load. These factors make a limited run more plausible and easier to sell as a celebration of a career rather than a long-term commitment. Fans are reacting with both excitement and doubt. On message boards, the community is divided, with some welcoming the idea of one last part-time nostalgia run, while others argue that a WWE return would clearly signal a final run. These contrasting views show how quickly the speculation has caught fire online and why WWE could see real value in capitalizing on the buzz. In short, the pieces line up to make a credible WWE return storyline. Possible elements include a Hall of Fame angle, a short nostalgia feud, a part-time calendar, and dream matches with top current stars. All of that is driven by contract timing, name recognition, and fan appetite, which is exactly why this rumor refuses to die. The bigger picture, what this means for AEW and WWE. If Chris Jericho leaves AEW, it would be more than the loss of a top act, but would be the exit of one of the promotion's cornerstone figures. He helped give AEW early credibility by becoming its first world champion, and by carrying major storylines that drew mainstream attention. That kind of star power is hard to replace for a young promotion still building long-term tentpoles. As discussed previously, for WWE, a Jericho arrival would represent another high-profile veteran to fuel the nostalgia era and to deliver big moments on marquee shows. WWE has increasingly relied on legacy stars to deliver big moments and boost ratings. Jericho's star power, along with his talent for creating unforgettable segments, would slide seamlessly into that approach. Strategically, the impact would be different for each company. AEW would lose a locker room leader and a built-in draw who can mentor younger stars on camera and behind the scenes, as mentioned earlier. WWE would gain a versatile performer who can appear part-time, headline special segments, and step into roles that range from in-ring programs to authority figure appearances. Beyond business metrics, the symbolic weight also matters. Jericho stands out as one of the few performers to significantly influence both WWE and AEW. He has the ability to spark a major conversation with something as small as a single social media like. That unique position gives him bargaining leverage and makes any move a cultural event rather than a simple signing. In short, losing Jericho would sting for AEW, and gaining him would be a clear win for WWE. As noted earlier, the actual outcome will depend on his contract situation and his willingness to continue wrestling in the years to come. Marvelous verdict. Nothing is confirmed about Chris Jericho leaving AEW or returning to WWE, but the chatter is real and worth watching. Jericho has long blurred the line between storyline and reality with well-timed teases and promotional stunts that drive media cycles and fan speculation. His reported AEW contract expiry in December 2025 creates a clear window for a move and explains why a single social media like triggered so many headlines, as previously noted. If Jericho were to return to WWE, it would most likely take the form of part-time appearances, a Hall of Fame induction, and a nostalgia-fueled run that showcases him while helping elevate newer stars and giving fans that one last ride. If Jericho chooses to stay in AEW, his influence as a backstage mentor and his legacy as the company's first world champion ensure that his presence would continue to carry weight. His eventual departure would still be felt strongly by both the roster and the promotion, as outlined earlier. Whatever happens, Jericho has already earned a rare place in pro wrestling history by being a major player in both companies and by crafting moments that matter long after the final bell. Stay tuned, but treat early reports as rumor-driven until contracts are public. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.